So, this is one of the videos you guys posted earlier on Discord, and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I just kind of wanted to wait either for the stream or to watch it here with you on the channel. And I'm just really excited for this. I didn't want to spoil it for myself, but I did see some stuff in the comments, like some slight warnings about sensitive topics for this video, like trafficking and other just topics that not everyone might be comfortable with, but it is Lucy's video, so what are we expecting anyways? But yeah, if you apparently get easily triggered by these things, I think I'm legally required to mention it in a reaction video as well. But if not, let's go watch.
Coomer, degenerate, down bad. Every video and stream has attracted these naysayers. According to them, I am far too lewd and need to stop cooming. Apparently, I should be able to read the word come and arrive without snickering like a 7-year-old clown. An impossible request for any gamer, I'm
Don't
sure
we all?
you'd agree. And yet it doesn't matter what I say. But chat, the game itself is down bad. Think about all the sussy baka content in this game. And remember, Yoshi P.
No, our community without Lucy the way she is would definitely not be the same.
Gave it the green light. Why is no one attacking him for being a loud and proud degenerate? I'm being falsely accused, but the chat will hear none of it. Coomer girl, they say. Ayo, they comment. Simp, they cry. Long have I suffered these cruel accusations from the great Final Fantasy XIV community.
I actually only just noticed this random eye on her belt. That is so dope.
But no more. It's time I forced you to see the reality that's been staring you in the face all along. This game is Coomer bait. It is designed in such a way that if you are not down bad when you start playing, you will be by the end. And if the existence of
What's the
Mikote
end?
and Mira aren't proof enough, then fine. I'm going to prove it to you myself. So here we go. 5 times that Final Fantasy XIV was not family friendly. And not to sound like a typical YouTuber or anything, but number 5 on the list may shock you. Let's start number 1 exactly the same way the game devs did, coming right out of the gate swinging with Sastasha. Some of you already know where I'm going with this, but there's probably a big percentage of players who have wiped all memories of this baby dungeon and the entirety of 2.0 out of their minds. That's fine.
Honestly, my first and one of my only memories of Sasasha is when I went there for the first time, and I think I still have that video somewhere up on the channel. For some reason, that day, my in-game settings and stream settings have just been massively skewed, and I remember being so excited for my first Final Fantasy dungeon, only to have it like chopping and lagging and just being almost completely unplayable because of some stuff that I was trying to mess around with, and I definitely never repeated that mistake ever again.
I'm back inside just for you, and I'll share with you the horrors that I have seen. To sum it up in one sentence, Sastasha is a dungeon where you pummel some pirates and rescue some maidens. But rescuing them from what? Captivity? What kind of captivity? Curious indeed. Well, no worries, because there's an optional little cell called the Hole, which you need a key to unlock, and inside you will find the captives.
What?
Oh, don't worry, the in-game speech bubbles make it impossible for any ambiguity to exist here whatsoever. Not only is this pretty dark, but this cat girl in particular is really talkative, and will happily encourage you to slit them between the legs, and also beg you for mercy because she's ever so sore. Hey yo, wanna know something real interesting about this little group of Lalafels here though? There are Lalafel captives, but
What did she say?
are Lalafel captives.
I don't think I can last another night in the deckhand's quarters. Oh my god! What? Oh. It's like I'm now just thinking about all these people who say like, "Oh, Lalafels are not allowed to ERP," and then the game devs just go straight to actual, just sexualization. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Of Lalafels within the first dungeon you ever enter? Huh?
Captives, but no Lalafell pirates. The implications here are absolutely massive. For her, anyway. And this introduction to dungeon gameplay got the gold Yoshi P stamp of approval. Chew on that for a second. Number 2 is the Yulmore Beehive. I feel like it's unnecessary for me to expand on any of this. Please, just feast your eyes on this pure abomination. Yulmore, it's
To be honest, this is where you take the best like G poses and print screens for thumbnails. The light is so perfect, and just having eye candy in the background can never not help you.
itself was introduced to us as a place of utter hedonism. But hey, at least it's equal opportunity. Check these abs right next to this casually outfitted cat girl. I do respect the balance. But rather than this place disappearing after the storyline is complete, it stays 100% intact. And not only that, oh no, if you're a crafter, your mission is going to be making this place more powerful. You will work yourself to the bone, gathering materials and crafting supplies for this cultured mission, spreading the
I only just recently unlocked this part. I could not believe it.
good beehive word across the world with pride and warmth in your heart. Yes, you have become the co-owner of what is essentially a glorified strip club. And naturally, there's a catboy at the helm of the establishment, and you can dress him up however you want.
He's
in a maid
adorable,
dress
though.
or a schoolgirl outfit if you really want to nowadays.
I did not know you can do that. Why? No way. How?
Somehow, this is probably
Why?
the least questionable part about all of this. Because hey, you run the beehive dictatorship. And if you say the catboy greets everyone in 2B pants, then he'd better get it done. Number 3 is the Bukai Senhan
I'm gonna have to go back and do that. What?
Hot Springs in Kugane. This place is honestly just one gut punch after another. First, you're greeted by this Rogadin who will give you a mini heart attack with his flesh-toned underwear, but by far, the best part of this interaction is this little dude over here who just read it for yourself. My
Stupid sexy Rogan. What?
man is down fucking bad. But hey, it's normal in Japan to be naked in the open bath, so maybe this is just a cultural thing. Oh, don't worry, it doesn't end like that. They double all the way down. I'm really concerned about their obsession with Rogadin
What broad shoulders you have.
men here in Kugane, and I'm not sure why
Lord.
this random guy is helping him, unless the hot springs has hired some attendants, and there are these girls over here being super friendly and inviting me to bathe with them. Wait, it's just me, right? I'm just dirty-minded. Ugh, yeah, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I'm just gonna sit here under this waterfall and
Honestly, these springs are beautiful.
think back to that one quest line here where there's a guy who's obsessed with this actress, but when you talk to the actress, you find out the entire cast is made up of men. But rather than ending his simp career then and there, that guy didn't even blink. He immediately gave in to his femboy fetish. Now just imagine if it had been a femboy row. Number 4 is sinister. It isn't any place in specific, but instead reveals a criminal syndicate that's gone unpunished for far too long. The overworld cat girls. There are so many horrible examples that I can hardly count them all. And sure, there's some obvious low-hanging fruit here, namely the cat girls who are doomed to dance forever in the square of Ulda, and the cat girls that are always at Master Gekaruju's service.
Service?
Yeah. In particular, there's a fate that wants you to guide a scantily clad cat girl who's been employed by him, so that's pretty rated E for escort. But we're not here to talk about simple shit like that. Oh no. I'm gonna bring us all the way back to 1.0 and unearth the sad truth that's been staring us in the face all along. The companion system. See, at a certain point in the 1.
What? Path Companions were special non-PCs from the original version of Final Fantasy XIV. They were partners selected by the player who appeared in some cutscenes, being main characters of the Path of the 12th storyline. Path Companions were removed from the plot at the start of the 7 Emerald era and completely in the Realm Reborn's relaunch. Legacy players no longer possess the ability to call their companions. No indication has been given if feature will return. What were they for?
story, Totaro gave you the option to choose a companion, which could be any race or gender. They each had their own unique personalities, and I'm going to give you one single guess for what the personality of the female Mikote was. And if you said wholesome and energetic, you're in for a fucking treat. Allow me to do a dramatic interpretation of her sweet nothings. Unless I'm mistaken, and I'm usually a very good judge of length. These little fellows are far from home. Of course, I'd be willing to try anything if you ask me nicely, Warrior of Light. What would you have us do? Oh, and don't be jealous of my gentleman friend, Warrior of Light. I'd happily do the same for you if you'd only give me directions. That's my Warrior of Light, always letting me go first. As we're both members of the fairer sex, shouldn't we be taking it in turns or arriving?
As women, we'd be taking it in turns or arriving at the same time. Oh my god! No way! No way! No way this was in game. What? No!
At the same time, I thought of something daring we might try together. Needless to say, it's the sort of thing that should be discussed face to face and far from the eyes of our fellow walkers. I'll be waiting for you at the Gold Cordon Da. And hurry, darling. You know how I miss you. Let me say it again. This was 1.0, the sickly grandfather of this game, but the one that inspired it nonetheless. If anyone in the court today would still like to argue for the cat girl's innocence, be my guest in the comments. I may even do a Redditor-style debate with you, as tradition requires. Come on, it'll be real fun. And number 5 ties it all together. Rather than having this entry come as a shock or a revelation, I think this is something you saw coming from a mile away. The most impure place in all of Final Fantasy XIV? You guessed it. Hildebrand trial. Fuck, Ultros gets me stun-locked every time. Oh wait, sorry, that's for a later video. I meant to say Limsa Lamenza. Yep. Just Limsa. The entire community has turned this starting city into a complete meme. No one can say the name Limsa Lamenza without having war flashbacks to the pink-haired cat girl that did a /blow kiss emote at them unprompted. We can't forget the glamours we've seen, the interactions we've witnessed, the YouTube content documenting the degeneracy. But can we truly blame the player base for all of this? It's almost as if the devs themselves wanted this to happen. Not only are pirates inherently vulgar, but you have this place for crying out loud. It's an all-women's bar called The Missing Member. The only 2 men here are the bartender and this lady's poor victim. Take a little stroll over to them and you'll overhear.
I'm giving you a choice. Get this point out to play a voice, or don't think I can bear another.
There's something truly sick. He says he can't keep going, but this harlot demands another round of oysters for him. Oysters just so happen to be classed as an aphrodisiac, and they also look like, well...
I thought of it, but I was like, they wouldn't go that far, would they? And I was like, I'm not gonna be creepy enough in my own video to bring it up, but like...
You know... Yes, everything leads back to Limsa. Limsa is the alpha and the omega, and that's exactly why it's dominant and insanely breedable. Maybe, instead of clowning on the people who sell their ERP in the town square, you should place more blame on Yoshi P for brainwashing everyone who dares to press game start. But what am I getting at here? Well, this definitely isn't me saying that the degeneracy and open sus behavior is a bad thing.
Like, you just kind of have to commend this this video and this whole research a little bit. Like, do you know how much time it would take to just go through the entire game and find these little interactions? This is sick.
In fact, I personally appreciate it. It's not super in your face, but it's there. And I much prefer a casual attitude towards it than an openly negative one. It's kind of refreshing. So don't shun your degeneracy. Don't shame yourself for laughing at the opening of Heavensward. What I'm saying is, embrace the cool, for it is part of being a full-fledged adult who has realized there is no such thing as being mature. There's only lying to yourself and being honest. Nothing will bear a man's soul to you more than watching him laugh at filthy adventurer plates. Unless you're asexual, then you don't need to coom. I mean, coom if you want to, though. I'm not stopping you. It's not that I control you or anything, it's just... Wait, no, hold on. You get what I'm saying, right?
That was so good.